Good evening. We are live. It's another episode of the UK Colts Fans podcast tonight. Big announcement as we have some big news. But before that, guys, you know this guy is my co-host and the brains of the show. Joining me, as always, Xavier. How's it going, bud?
I'm pretty good. How you doing, Harrison?
Yeah, not too bad, man. Not too bad. Just drink of water quickly. Should have done that before. But anyway, there's not much news in the footballing world at the minute. We're sort of just waiting for the off-season to pass. There's nothing really going on. Sort of like last week's episode, it's getting hard to get content. But the one sort of thing coming out of training camp is that Sam Erlinger seems to be doing extremely well and seems to be a good fit. Did you read much about this?
I haven't seen much about it. I have seen some people saying Sam Erlinger is doing really well, like you said. But I haven't seen exactly what he's doing well and what areas he's improved on since college. But that's good to hear. I mean, third string quarterback, it's always good to hear that the guy you got to come in and be pretty much injury replacements succeeding.
Yeah, I mean, from what I've heard, and I mean, this is, let's not take this too seriously because this is literally just Twitter rumors, is that he's playing like Andrew Luck, which is obviously good to hear, but it's only training camp, so no need to get carried away yet.
Yeah, that's a pretty bold statement to say he's playing like Andrew Luck.
Yeah. Also, as well, DeForest Buckner ranked top 4 D tackle. Do you agree with that, or is he higher in your books?
I think that's pretty fair. I think he could be definitely top 3. I think it's between him, Aaron Donald, and Chris Jones. Mm-hmm. I think that would be the 3 people I would put in that upper echelon of 3 techniques. But yeah, top 4. I think that's a little bit too lenient. I think he is in that top 3 category. I think it's obviously Aaron Donald and then either him or Chris Jones. I'd honestly, based off how DeForest Buckner played last year, I'd really give him the edge over Chris Jones. I think his impact was a little bit more.
Yeah. I mean, I know you, as a guy, watch a lot of tape, especially a trench warfare guy. You watch tons and tons and tons of defensive line, offensive line tape. How do you find it? How do you get, trying to word this correctly, how do you stay interested enough so it doesn't become work and you keep enjoying it, if you get what I mean? Because, a quick shout out, we've reached over 115 subscribers on this channel, which is massive. The journey's been immense. And you've pretty much been here day one. But, you've not just been doing this on day one, you've been doing your own channel, which for people that don't know, you break down. Probably everyone in the NFL is an accurate statement.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Wide receiver, tight end. Like you said, my specialty is definitely offensive line, defensive line's what I'm interested in the most. And mostly because they don't get a lot of shine. So, you got to come through, let the big guys get a little shine here every now and then, break them down. But yeah, to answer your question, the way I just stay focused is because it's something I just enjoy doing, I guess. Or really lack of a better explanation. I played offensive line in college. It's just something I enjoy watching.
Yeah. And, I mean, is there anyone in this draft that you think's going under the radar that people should be paying more respect to out of the whole NFL, not just the Colts?
Yeah. There's a couple guys. I think that Trey Smith out of Tennessee, he got drafted in the 6th round. He was a guy that has the intangibles, has the physical properties of a first round pick, and probably the most ferocious lineman in the draft. In all honesty, a lot of people liked the guy that went in the first round. What was his name? Tevin Jenkins. A lot of people like Tevin Jenkins. Coming out of the draft, said he was the most aggressive player in the draft. Well, I beg to differ. I think Trey Smith is. The only reason he went in the sixth round was because of prior injury. He had, I think, blood clots or something like that. So teams are kind of scared, but he hasn't had an issue with them in 2 years. So I think he's going to be a big splash next year.
Yeah. And just, we've all seen, I'm pretty sure everyone watching this has seen combine highlight videos, lifting weights, all that jazz. Just what is the actual preparation? Because obviously you've played. Just quickly, from Mikey. Good evening, guys. Nice to see you again, Mikey. Back in the streams. Another one who's been here from the early days, and sticks with us talking rubbish about football. But yeah, anyway, obviously you trained hard and worked hard. I'm guessing that was your coach's culture. But these guys who do make it to that elite level, are they just on a different planet to everyone else?
Yeah, in all honesty, usually it's a lot of genetics. You can work as hard as you can and do all the things you want. And yeah, you can go far. I mean, you can go further than people really expect. But when you got guys like DeForest Buckner, who's 6'7", 300 pounds, and runs a 4'8", 4'7", 40-yard dash, it's hard to compete with that. That's a lot to compete with. But yeah, I think the biggest thing that what really changes whenever you go from high school to college is just your eating, your meal prep. How much you eat? A lot of chicken and rice. You eat a lot of peanut butter. It's just sometimes it can be bland, but the good athletes, the people that stay the course, it's going to pay off in the long run.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing, I don't know if you have, but have you watched like The Last Chance U and stuff like that?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah. So obviously over here, it's a different system altogether. But what we see, American footballers, when they're going through college, it's party time. They don't really work hard and all that jazz. The stuff you see on the movies, to say. How close is college more like a bit realistic, like Last Chance U, where people are sitting around 90% of the time doing nothing? Or is it more like the stuff you see in the movies?
I don't know. My college, they had us up running, a mile and a half at like 5 a.m. So, I don't know if I would necessarily say you do nothing. According to a lot of Alabama players, Nick Saban has them doing something pretty much at all times during the day, eating correctly all the time. So I think that the movies really have a bad representation of what college is like. At least for my experience, there's no just wild parties 24/7 unless you go to like 3 different colleges in the United States.
But no, I suppose it's a hard grind, and people don't see that. They think, I sort of want to get into like the kids, these kids going through college are what, 17 and up, I would guess, maybe a bit older.
Yeah, somewhere in there, 17, 18.
Yeah. And, you've got arguably more people watching, I forgot what it's called, the Rose Bowl final, and, the bowl season, to call it, than actually watch NFL games. And then you get 40-year-old guys ringing in, complaining that this 17-year-old's dropped a pass, and this guy's never played a day in football in his life. Do you see a really like negative culture creep into like toxicity, or is it more? Do you know what I mean, or do you not see that get in, or is that up to coaches to not let it in? Or what was your experience to go along with that?
Oh, well, it wasn't that bad for us. We weren't a huge school, where I went, but I know exactly what you're talking about. You see it all the time. You get on Twitter, you get on Facebook. There's just always just a cell of people just complaining about these, people that are pretty much kids at the time, just didn't perform how they wanted them to perform perfectly. It's pretty frustrating. I'm guessing from a family standpoint, just seeing some dude just dog on your kid for no reason. But it's going to be a part of the game. It is what it is. It was more like that in high school for me than it was in college, because there was, we're really winning, or the high school I went to was a really winning program, and there's a lot of rivalries, per se. And if we lost a game at any time, there was always, 40, 50 old dudes coming at our necks about it.
Mikey's saying, I'd imagine it depends on the college you go to. Prep at a SEC or Big Ten school would be different to a DT program, for example. Bit like for a Premier League team for a Premier League team as opposed to a League Two side, which is the bottom tier of professional football. And I'm guessing it does, the little schools, like you say, probably a bit like your high school, they have the close rivalries with neighbouring schools, but nothing that a couple of white guys drinking coffee won't complain at, compared to Ohio versus Michigan, where it's going to be thousands and thousands of people complaining. But no, it just, what I sort of wanted to bring up is, this is what I was trying to segue into. People give Rock Ya-Sin a lot of stick. Safe to say he's not the Colts fans' favourite player at this time. But, these guys who give him stick, including myself, I've never tried to cover someone like DK Metcalf or Tyreek Hill or players like that. It's a hard job. And do you think we, as fans, we can get can we cross the line a little bit too much when it comes to our own players?
Yeah, absolutely. I can say from myself, I've, countless times just got mad at a guy on our team just, over the littlest of things. At the end of the day, like you said, no way I'm covering DK Metcalf. No way I'm lining up in front of DeAndre Hopkins and, giving him any sort of coverage. So, when it comes to Rock Ya-Sin, I feel like I'm more of a Rock Ya-Sin truther than I am a hater. Like, I love Sin. Everything about him just screams like really good player. He's got to get that down. But yeah, there is a few people on the team I do critique more than others, especially last year.
Mm-hmm. So let's talk about the good. This defense, I think we have a great linebacker core in Bobby and Darius Leonard. I think, why is this matchup of Bobby and Leonard such a nightmare for offensive coordinators?
It's just speed. It's speed, strength, and agility. They're both guys that can move side to side. They can get vertical. They can really do everything. They're kind of full package players. Bobby Okereke and Darius Leonard both can play the pass game adequately, and then in the run game, obviously, they're just wreaking havoc. So it's just guys that are just impossible to get a hold of from an offensive line standpoint, and then from a running back standpoint, it's guys that it's really hard to get away from.
Yeah, and so we saw flashes of Bobby Okereke. And he's sort of a mini Darius Leonard, I want to say, in the way he plays. They are very similar players. What's this from Xavier? I want to put you down as a shutdown corner, able to cover DK. Hashtag good vibes. And that's no insult. Like, even if I got on a field with DK Metcalf, I'll be proud.
Yeah.
The guy would probably leave me like. Do you remember the Ravens game when I think it was JT fumbled it and Ravens were running back and it just left Phillip Rivers on his arse?
Oh yeah,
that's what DK Metcalf would do today. So
yeah. That's about where I'd look like too.
Yeah, these guys are elite level athletes, and even as like you say, is the big guys down in the trenches that people say, oh, they don't have to do anything in pre-season. They just eat food and drink, and it's like, man, you guys in the trenches go through 16 games of car crashes, So fair play. If you want to eat and drink all off season, do it. But,
True.
Yeah. Also going on about, I've lost my train of thought there. So Bobby Okereke, mini Darius Leonard, or is that a bit disrespectful to Bobby?
I think that they are similar players in their play style, very run heavy. Players that are hyper athletic. That's kind of the mold that Ballard likes. There's a guy he picked up this offseason, came from the Chargers. Can't remember his name right now, but I mean, I looked at his combine sheet and it was better than Darius Leonard and Bobby Okereke's. And if that doesn't tell you anything, the guy can move. He runs like a 4.5 flat, 240 pounds. Had like 27 reps on bench press, super strong, just really physical guy. But he just doesn't have the play yet. I think it's just really he's getting picked up for special teams, or maybe he's a project kind of guy. But I think he might get a few reps this year because of Anthony Walker's departure.
Yeah. Let's talk about something Chris Ballard does extremely well, and that's picking up gems in the second round, which was obviously Darius Leonard a couple of years ago, then Jonathan Taylor, and some others. And now he's picked up probably the most intriguing pick of the draft when Deo. I can't say his last name. I've tried so many times before this stream to say his last name and I just get it wrong. So I'm just going to call him Deo. He's a very intriguing pick, especially seeing as how we picked up Quitty Pay in front of him. Do you see him as a long-term project or a starter straight into that line with Quitty and DeForest?
That's $1 million question. It really is, because when I watched Deo play in college, he's a beast. I mean, the absolute physical specimen. He gets off the ball hard, changes the line of scrimmage. He meets pretty much every check mark I want out of a defensive lineman, especially an interior guy. The only issue is, he's coming off injury. And our interior 2 spots are taken up. I think Deo was drafted to play defensive end. I think that Ballard wants him to take over the strong side defensive end, and I think Quiddy Pay is going to play the weak side eventually. Now, we do have Kamoko Toure that is, in the making. If Kamoko, balls out, I don't think Deo is going to be anything more than a rotational piece. But I think he is a very good safety net, to say, even if he doesn't end up getting a start because Kamoko Toure does really good and so does Quiddy Pay, he's going to be able to come in and be a rotational piece at the 3 tech, and he's going to be a very fierce second string player to put beside Taylor Stallworth.
Yeah. Ballard said he would have been a first round pick if not injured. That's probably true. That is true. We know Chris Ballard is a GM who will take chances on players regardless of injury, regardless of name. The only thing Chris Ballard looks at is tape. And if he likes your tape, you're in with a chance of getting drafted by Chris Ballard. No matter injury, past namesake. If you're a good player, you're coming. So, I mean, if certain people don't trust Chris Ballard by now, then they're not Colts fans, let's be honest. So something I wanted to do because it's a little bit more interesting. Not interesting, but because there's nothing to do in the off season, it's something a bit different. I know you watch a little bit of soccer. Not a massive fan, but I know you watch a little bit, so I thought it could be good. And I also saw, I can't remember exactly which Colts podcasted it, but a Colts podcast chose a basketball team of Colts players. I didn't want to steal the content entirely, so I thought, why not let's try and make a soccer team out of Colts players with my knowledge and your knowledge of American football and my knowledge of what a position needs in soccer, I'm pretty sure we can make a good team. For everyone watching, do stay tuned. Especially if soccer is not your thing, do stay tuned because we do have an announcement to make. So stay tuned for that. But also join in with your players and who you think would make good. So the manager. So obviously we need to choose a manager of our team. It could be any Colts manager or any NFL manager that you would think would make a good soccer manager.
Yeah, I guess Ballard. I mean, he's that guy.
Yeah, I'd go with that. Chris Ballard. One second. Just writing this down. Formation, we'll go 4-3-3 because it's easy. Starting with goalkeeper. So obviously, goalkeeper, they need good hands. They need to be big and physical. Powerful people, dominant people. So you're probably looking at someone from the tight end position. I mean, or wide receiver D hopping goals. I think he has the best hands. He does have very good hands. So yeah, you're looking tight end, wide receiver. Who would you choose? Anyone. It doesn't have to be now. It could be any one of.
Like you want a Colts pass? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Cool. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, okay. I mean, even though there's a lot of people in Colts pass you could probably pick, I mean, I'd probably still pick Mo Alley Cox. You know, he played Division I basketball for 3 years. You know, he's 6'7", 260. He has like a 40-inch vertical. Explosive guy, can move, and he's wide. You know, with a long wingspan. I think that, you know, when it comes to a goalkeeper, he'd probably be the best bet to pick up from a Colts roster.
Yeah. Okay. What's that? Okay, so Morley Cox. Yeah, I could agree with that. Yeah, I mean, looking at Colts tight ends, probably only maybe Jack Doyle instead, but there's maybe somewhere else for him. But yeah, like you say, Morley Cox is, if he's great at basketball and great at American football, he's bound to be great at soccer as well, isn't he? Just one of them people.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got left back in defence. So the full backs tend to be faster than the centre backs, but still as defensively minded and still strong captaining people to say.
Yeah, I'm putting Jonathan Taylor there, 100%.
JT, yeah.
I know JT's usually used to scoring and being the aggressor, but when it comes to soccer, you know, that's I feel like exactly where he'd go. He can be physical. He can hand check. You know, he can get a hold of a jersey. Hopefully, you know, he won't draw too many penalties. You know, but I think that would be the best spot for him.
I mean, yeah, fast as well, especially for them counter attacks. You know, you need someone who's going to get up and down that line quick. Okay, we'll move over to the other side. Right back, obviously, same thinking, but on the right hand side. Yeah.
Right back. I'm putting Rocky Sin.
Rocky Sin. That's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah. Believe it or not.
You know, Sin again. You know, big frame, long arms. Get a hold of a jersey. Be physical. You're not going to knock him off his mark very easy.
Mm-hmm.
I think he'd be the perfect guy there.
Yeah. Okay. Centre backs. We got two of them to pick. Obviously, centre backs maybe a bit slower, a bit taller. One of these guys is obviously going to be your captain, a leader. So yeah, two centre backs.
I'm saying number one, Michael Pittman.
Okay.
Michael Pittman, you know, he's not the fastest guy. He's not slow. Don't get me wrong. He's pretty quick for his size, but you know, he's 6'4", 220, 230 pounds. You know, he's kind of got that German build to him. Just big, you know, moderately. Yeah. Absolutely. So I think he's there. And then for the second one, That's a good question. It is. Oh no, who do you think should be the second one?
The second one, I was thinking maybe. Oh, that's a tough one. Maybe DeForest Buckner. He's sort of the yin to the yang of Pittman. He can do all the cleaning up work, the dirty work, say, a little stamp on the toes, a little pushovers, the shirt grabs. And if I'm a striker, I'm not going to go up against DeForest Buckner. And he is also still pretty quick.
Yeah, I think that'd be great. Good pick there.
Okay, three midfielders, left mid, centre mid, and right mid. We'll start with the left mid. Obviously, you want someone who can go forward with Jonathan Taylor overlapping, but you also want someone who can cover and sweep up. So yeah.
So yeah, for what I understand, if you're a mid in soccer, it means you're just versatile. You can really do a lot of things.
Yeah, you're sort of a box-to-box player. You can attack, but you can defend well as well. Is it froze? Oh, no. Is it froze? Ah. Save it as froze, so hopefully you can rejoin. Halfway through the team as well, now. I'm going to have to kick it out. I should be used to doing this by now, but bloody internet connection every time. Try and do something good. Getting into the flow of things as well. Yeah, he's gone, so he'll come back. So we'll wait for him to come back. We are on left mid for the people watching. So we'll get back to the team, but this will probably be a good time to announce the competition that we have going on. It's a giveaway competition. We are announcing the winner on Friday, this Friday, we've not decided what time, so we'll tweet it out, but maybe 7 or 8 GMT time. All you have to do to be in with a chance of winning is follow at Claire Dabert on Twitter, who's also helping us with this giveaway. Follow us, retweet to the giveaway tweet, which is on Twitter. If you just go on any of the UK Colts fans' Twitter, you will see the tweet that we can. You'll see the tweet that you have to retweet. You can win a bag load of goodies ranging from a new UK Colts fans cap, which is pretty cool. I'm actually ordering one myself pretty soon. You can win a lanyard, a nice little sign, a couple little classic Colt cards, a little flyer thing, and a bonus item. I'm not sure what the bonus item is yet, so it really is a bonus item. But yeah, make sure you go and follow Claire the Bear on Twitter, follow UK Colts fans, retweet. The winner will be announced on Friday, this Friday at 7, maybe 8 p.m. GMT. Now, hopefully, we've got him back for the foreseeable future, and we will get back to making our dream soccer team with Colts players. You good?
Yeah, I'm good. My laptop lost Wi-Fi for some reason. Not really sure why.
It happens. It's technology. Yeah, left mid. Okay, so you want someone who's good at attacking and good at defending. You may be looking at someone who can, even though they fumbled the ball, get back and still make a tackle, that sort of player.
Yeah. One guy that comes to mind when I think of someone who's really physical on the team, but also has a lot of grace as well. Really good size, taller, weighs about 220, 230 pounds, and I think it's Zach Pascal. I think Zach Pascal would be a perfect fit there. Like I said, he can move really well. He runs about a 4.5 area, somewhere around there. He's got fairly good size, and I feel like he, if have to, he can stretch the field. He can move really well, and he's not going to get tired. And he can play both sides of the ball.
Yeah. Okay. Other side, obviously similar sort of player you're looking for on the right midfield side.
I guess we'd be looking for a similar guy to Pascal, huh? Just someone like him. Pittman might have been a better pick there, and put someone in Pittman's place. Maybe we could put Darius Leonard in Pittman's spot, and then move Pittman up there.
Yeah, I could do that. I mean, you're not losing anything on defense there. Putting Darius Leonard back there and swapping Pittman, like you say, similar player, and I imagine could get up and down the line pretty quick. Okay, centre midfielder. Now this guy is the thing that everything goes through. He makes all the plays. Good at distributing the ball, so arguably you are looking at the quarterback of the team. So, I mean, there's a long list of Colts quarterbacks to choose from.
Yeah, I'd go Andrew Luck.
Yeah,
this is my opinion. I think as much as I love Peyton Manning, it's my favorite player ever. Andrew Luck is just an athlete at the end of the day. And, Peyton Manning, when he came into the league, all right, he ran like a 4.8, 4.9. Andrew Luck was running a 4.5, and he was 235 pounds. So I think Andrew Luck was a different kind of athlete compared to Manning.
Yeah, I mean, and you'd see Peyton Manning as more as a manager type, I reckon, for this sort of thing. He's obviously brainier. But, yeah, Luck as a leader and an athlete all day long. Mikey saying he agrees with Luck, yeah. And also a fantastic distributor of the ball. Okay, so now we have 3 up front players to say. 3 attackers, left wing, right wing, and striker. We'll start with the wings again. So left wing, you're looking at similar to left mid and right mid positions, but someone who's a bit more flary at the position and can go past people.
Yeah, right mid or right wing, I'm definitely taking T.Y. Hilton. That is sold for me in that position.
Yep.
Now the next one, I guess we could probably take a couple people. I was thinking maybe a Nyheim Hines.
Yeah.
That's a good pick. Maybe Isaiah Rodgers. I know he plays corner, but he's got a 4.28 speed. It's kind of hard to. It'd be really hard to compete with 4.28 speed on the outside there.
Yeah, I tend to go with Hines. Looking back on it, he can just make people miss. He's such a skilled player. I'd imagine that would carry over, and I'd love to see his little spring backflip he does with a twist every time he scores. Last but not least, the main striker, the main guy up front, leading the line, scoring all your goals. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the toughest question. I've been thinking about who I'm going to put at striker pretty much the whole time, and I really can't put my finger on it. On this team, there's a lot of people that could be the striker. I guess. Maybe a Paris Campbell. I know he's been injured, but Paris Campbell's got that really good speed. He's a little physical as well. He's not going to get knocked off his mark in the box. Of all the people I think we have that has a lot of speed and has body control and is just a really good agile player of that nature, I think Paris Campbell is that guy if he could stay healthy.
Yeah.
Do you have anyone in mind?
It depends what type of soccer, football you want to play, what type of team you are. I'd say with the speed guys of Hines and Hilton on the wings, I'd maybe go for someone like Jack Doyle, someone who can be that target man, big and strong in the air, can win them aerial battles.
Oh, yeah.
But he's also handy to help make opportunities rather than take them himself. But I mean, I'd agree with Paris Campbell as well. I'd say
I like the thinking behind it at least. Yeah, the Lewandowski from Germany.
Yeah, that sort of player, target man. And I imagine Jack has an absolute cannon of a foot for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah. Big, huge players.
From Mikey, Kenny Moore at striker would be like, yeah, that is a very good pick. I don't know if you know Jermaine Defoe is, but he's a player. He's sort of a speedster. You can play the ball over the top of the defense, and he can run onto it.
I've heard the name.
Yeah, very clinical player. There's thingy, but seeing as how you are my co-host Xavier, I'll let you have the casting vote to say.
Yeah, I mean, Kenny Moore's a really good pick here. Honestly, I'm really not 100% sure. I like the way you're thinking about it. Put Jack Doyle there, because I do like having a big striker. I guess thinking about it now, Paris Campbell isn't as big as I was thinking. He's only about 6'1", which isn't small, but it's not very large either of a player. So, Jack Doyle might be the best pick there. Just a guy that, they're going to cross into the box and hopefully he just goes up and gets it over everyone. He is a tight end. He, like 6'6", 280 pounds. You're not moving him. The only thing you can really hope to do is just get in his way.
Yeah. I'll put Jack Doyle there.
Yeah, we'll take Doyle.
So, just for reference, we'll call this the UK Colts Fans 11, because people might want to join in on Twitter if we tweet it out what our team is. Maybe even tweet Indy 11, which is the Indianapolis soccer team, see if they want to set up a friendly. But no, so our team, Molly Cox in net, obviously a great striker, great with the ball in his hand. We could see what he'd do in basketball. Left back JT, centre backs Darius Leonard and DeForest Butner, right back Rocky Sin, right mid Mike Pittman, centre mid Andrew Luck, left mid Zach Pascal, left wing Hines, striker Jack Doyle, and right wing T.Y. Hutton, and the manager Chris Ballard. I mean, it sounds like a great team to me. Probably go undefeated because we've picked them. So
yeah, true.
But no, obviously it's just a bit of fun. Feel free to join in. Everyone who watches this, comment, let me know who you would put in your team. I mean, Xavier, did you have anything you saw or wanted to bring into the show tonight?
No, I just hope to see that our soccer team gets put together one day.
I'll make it happen. Don't worry. When we're all millionaires, I'll make it happen. But no, like I said, we have a giveaway announcement on Friday. The winner will be announced on Friday. The giveaway is you can win a bag of Colts goodies stuff from Claire Dabert, who does a lot of giveaways with NFL UK fans over here. All you have to do to be in with a chance is go and follow Claire Dabert on Twitter. I've got this wrong every time now. Retweet the giveaway tweet, and you don't have to subscribe to us on YouTube to be in with a chance, but does it help your chances? You'll never know. I just want to say, as I get into the final part of the show now, I did say earlier we've made it over 100 subscribers on YouTube now, which is fantastic. It just makes me feel like the graph we put in from day one is worth it. I know Xavier's been along with us on this journey and will continue with us on this journey. So yeah, thanks for all the support. Giveaway on Friday. We've been talking football now, both types of football, to be precise, for over 40 minutes now. Xavier, unless you have anything to add?
No, man. Just like I said, hopefully our team gets put together one day. Might have to get on FIFA and make that roster.
Yeah. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks to everyone who's going to watch. It's been UK Colts Fans with another excellent podcast. See you all later.